Welcome back to Minecraft Let's Play, and today we are going to be making one of these. What is this? Well, it's an entity crammer. So basically, I've already made this one, but let's go over here. I like to make mine into a hill, just because, again, early game, less materials. You don't have to. So it starts out with a chest. It can be a single chest, it can be a double chest. A hopper feeding into that chest. It can be on top, it can be on the side. Just has to be a chest. And it just has to be a hopper. So if we do it, you do it into the side like this, or for that matter, usually if you do it on top, you have to do a double hopper. You're going to wrap around this, and usually you're going to want to, for sake of symmetry, you are going to want to, not exactly how I wanted that. I want to actually make that into a square. Make sure it is a set of stairs or a slab above the chest, otherwise you will not be able to open it. Build your square up 2 blocks. I am out of water again. Bucket of water in the center there. I'm not jumping down at the moment. With a fence on top of it here. After, of course, you put your cows, sheep, pigs, whatever entity you were cramming in the center. The water makes the animals hop up and down, which allows you to feed them easier. Hence, that over there. That is your standard entity crammer. I do mine slightly different. Uses a little bit more resources, but later on it helps me quite a bit. So this gives you raw whatever you are taking. So if I put pigs in there and I fed it carrots, it would give me raw pork. You have to start with an entity crammer, you have to start with a minimum of 2 of each. So, I messed up a little bit on ours. Our cows are right above us, and we do have a random sheep. I couldn't get the sheep to go away. So, we've got one random sheep in there. 3, 4 random cows. But what happens is, so each block has a entity cramming rate of automatically set to 24. So, and it's been a couple minutes. If I feed everybody, I'll get another baby in there. Once it hits 24, because this is a 1 block radius in there, once it hits 24, if I breed them again, it's going to give us that 25th. It's automatically going to kill one. Theoretically, the oldest one It will kill an adult before it kills a baby. And then you will get the drops. In this case, raw beef and leather. I haven't gotten any of that one yet. Go through the system, it will drop it here. Eventually, what I usually do is I go back in here and I put in a item sorter, which will, behind this one, which will automatically filter out, or probably this one actually, will automatically filter out the leather and put the leather in this one, and I will put a smoker, this one here, right here, that feeds into a chest, and set up an automatic system where it will, as long as that smoker has access to coal or whatever resource I'm using to fuel it, as soon as the meat drops, it will cook the meat and I'll be able to have a chest full of steak. Of course, you need quartz for that. I have not yet been to the Nether. So, we do not yet have quartz. We will soon. But we do not have quartz yet. So that is our entity crammer. You can see over here, I harvested all the villagers' crops. And I planted more of ours. That is almost ready. We've still got a couple of splashes. Or is that just spots that got missed? I think our cat is still down here too. I seem to have lost our cat. Nope, you are still... I got tired of you following us. There you go. Couple of spots. It is almost ready to harvest. And then that will be that. In the meantime, we have something else to do today. We are going exploring just a little bit. We have two big things we need to do yet. We need sugarcane, which I just got, so hooray. We've got one thing we needed. But there's still plenty of more we need. We are going to go on the beginning parts of an exploration. Because we know a little bit about the world around us, but we don't know... We haven't really wandered too far from spawn. And there's a couple of things we need. Another sheep. Some carrots. That kind of thing. Some more flowers, because I am actually going to get to our automatic wool farm at some point this season. And then we are going to be heading to the Nether. And an enchanting setup and all of that. So we have plenty of work in front of us. Drop this wheat here. Oh well, I'm just going to drop it all in this box for a minute. And we will come back for it. That's coming with us. It's always handy to have that. We are grabbing this boat. got that. I don't think I really need anything else. Grab this stone sword. We do have 6 pieces of leather so far. But we need a whopping 2.5 stacks, I believe, for a full enchanting setup. And of course you need obsidian, and we've already got the diamonds in there for that. But here we go. Our cat, unfortunately, is not going to come with us. No, you are not coming with us. Stay. So, picking a random direction, we are going to go... Well, we grabbed the boat, so we are going to go out that way. Of course, we have to be careful because if you remember from the first couple of videos, we have a ravine that runs right through underneath of us, right through here. It runs out over there, which gives us a nice cliff face right about in here. That over here leads straight into the water. Which the last thing we want to do is actually fall into. So, we've got a ton of ravines. Let's see. You can see it right there. Huh. There we go. Now, usually I would do this with a map. Ooh. But over here is our nice little mushroom island that I have been wanting to explore for a little bit. Now, we cannot harvest any of the mushrooms yet, unfortunately. You need Silk Touch for that. And Silk Touch is an enchantment. Same for a lot of the dirt and stuff. Because it's not actually dirt, it's mycelium. Yep. Mycelium can only be collected by a Silk Touch shovel. So, I can't collect any of this stuff. It's very pretty, but I can't actually collect it. I can, however, collect some of these brown mushrooms. There's also over here is the mushroom. And if I had another bucket, I would go ahead and, or if I had a there's a ravine running through our mushroom island. I will probably end up setting up some farms over here and make this sort of a little bit of a base. Oh wow, this is a decent sized island. We're not going too far because I did not pick back up our boat. But, no hostile mobs will spawn here, I believe. That is one of the fun things about Mushroom Islands. You do not have to worry about hostile mobs. Of course, that also means no mob spawner. But yeah, that is a decent sized island by the looks of things. It looks small from our home, but you actually get out to it and it looks like a pretty decent sized island. But not very useful to us at the moment. This over here, as we head back towards home and base a little bit, don't know why, but there's a whole bunch of floating kelp pieces here. We will go ahead and collect some. That is always a good resource to have. Oh, it's a sunken shipwreck. We're not going to explore it right at the very moment, but get my bearings. Where was that? And now I've lost it. That unfortunately does happen. I know there is a shipwreck out here somewhere where it seems to be lost. There it is. Go ahead and add a waypoint. Now this is Sarah's mini map and map that is allowing me to do that. Otherwise I would need an actual map and compass and all of that fun stuff. Banners and all of that. So we have our dark oak forest here. Pretty nice that we have one so close to base. Go ahead and collect some of that wood. Seems to be a sapling that I'm missing, but again, I seem to be missing it. We seem to have collected all of it. Head on this way a little bit. Just following the coast a little bit. And that dark oak forest seems to be pretty decent sized. See, it's still over there. Looks like it may even be big enough for a mansion. But who knows, we would have to explore it. Go back over here and it gets into a birch oak forest. So probably not a mansion in that. But let's see. And then it seems we get to the end of the land over here. Edge of the forested area anyways. And we start getting into it's a sandy shore, or stony shore, which is one of the new biomes. More of a mountainous cliff area, shoreline. And of course, this is the savanna that is by our base. Just a couple of more minutes and we should be able to sleep. Good place to find exposed coal and that kind of stuff. We are straight back into the savanna. We seem to have a mega savanna here. It certainly goes on for a little bit. Some more cows, some more sheep. Our home is back that way, so still aren't too far. Though there certainly seems, for savanna, this is actually very surprisingly hilly. I don't remember savannas having quite this much of an incline. Oh my goodness. That is our mountain that our mine is at from this side. That is a beautiful waterfall. I am taking a screenshot because that is a stunning picture. Oh my goodness, there's another waterfall over here. And that savanna does seem to go on for like ever. Oh wow, you can actually see the waterfall generating in over there as a new chunk is loaded. Wow. Very hilly. We are only at 87, 88 in there. I mean, we aren't even that far up yet. I mean, we haven't even seen an honest mountain yet. So, that is going to be our next big hunt is, after we get a lot more resources, is we will be going looking for one of those icy peaks. Oh, we are in a savanna plateau. So we did switch biomes a little bit. We are up at level 140. Thereabouts, 130, 140. So we are decently high up. And this savanna is still going. Llamas. Not too unexpected. Hit valley in through here. And the savanna keeps going. We've got some pumpkins over there. Some more pumpkins over here. Some sheep. Some exposed iron. This would be in the range where you would see some more of that exposed mountain iron. Mountainous iron. We are certainly high enough for it. There should be enough in the way of pumpkins. A very green, jungly biome over there, which would be interesting to see. We are not going to get to all of this today. I will be splitting the episode here, and we will be doing a further exploration episode next, because that is a very humongous dripstone cave biome along with a jungle biome. So we will be coming back to explore that at a later date. We are definitely going to have to do some nether exploration in this, because this savanna biome is ginormous. Ginormous. And let's see what else we can find. Until next time, this is Amethyst64 signing off.